Anyway, I think there's what, Thursday night football, all those things. So I guess I'm going up against a lot of competition, but appreciate y'all being here. I've got Andrew and Mrs. Capria Jackson, Jackson Watson. All right, Mrs. Jackson. All right. So appreciate y'all coming on board. Let's go ahead and get rolling here. Presumably someone invited you on to this call so you can see kind of a different spin of our opportunity, someone different showing you what this thing is and what this business is meant to me. I've done pretty decent in this business. I've made, I think, over $12 million in the business so far. And it's amazing. I mean, if you told me, that I'd be making that kind of money in the insurance business, I would have been, no way, man. All I was trying to do is make six figures when I got in this business. And went way beyond what I expected. I mean, seriously. And I've been very grateful for Andy Albright who called me up. He said, "Hey, Bo, I think I got something we can make money at." And I said, "I'm wide open, man. I am wide open." And what he didn't know at the time when he shared this business with me, when he got me in it, was that I was broke. I was one of those high-paid broke people. Okay, I don't know if you can relate to that, being a highly paid broke person, but I was making like $150,000 a year as an executive recruiter, and trying to eke out a living and spending way more than that. And literally, when Andy called me 2 weeks before, I was on my knees praying, praying, "Lord, help me." I'm in a situation where I never saw my family. At the time, my daughter was 4, my son was 2, and my middle daughter was 1. Yeah, we had 2 more subsequently, but the 3 at the time that were on this earth, I never saw my kids, man. And I don't know if you ever been in a situation where you kind of look in the mirror and you try to examine your life and you're staring going, dude, this is not where you thought you'd be. Like, have you ever had that realization, right? That, kind of the unmet expectation, the disappointment of not being where you thought you'd be, looking at your life and going, "Lord, there's got to be something better than this, because I am not where I thought I'd ever be, and I'm not happy with where I'm at. I'm not providing for my family like I should, and never saw my kids." I was watching my kids grow up by swapping pictures in frames. You know what I mean? Like watching my kids grow up, instead of being there with them. And I thought, this is kind of a crazy life, something that I didn't want to live a life of regret, that I should have done something different. I didn't want to come towards the end of my life and go, man, had I only taken advantage of that opportunity that Andy showed me. If I'd only, and I'm sure y'all, Kevin, Ms. Jackson, Andrew, I'm sure maybe times in your life you thought the same thing, man. It's like, golly, there's got to be something better. And maybe that's what motivated you to come on and check this thing out with me tonight, bypassing the debate and bypassing NFL football. So you honor me by being on this. But I think that what tells me is that you have a dream for yourself. You have a dream that's something way better than what you're currently doing. And that maybe this is what will be the answer to your prayer, as it was for me. Because I said, "Lord, I need something different in my life now. I need to finally listen to you," because I always try to do it on my own. Got involved in different things and they were never successful. I tried the corporate world. As far as my background, I grew up a majority of my life in California. So I'm a California boy, and I say dude a lot. Okay, so if you can forgive me if I say dude a lot, that's kind of my, my language, my lingo. So I hope you can forgive me for that. I fall into that. And I know someone who should be representing the company in an official capacity should be talking proper English. And it's like, man, I mean, I've been there. I graduated from the Air Force Academy, so I had to talk proper English to all these generals that I was briefing and Secretary of the Air Force and all these situations I've been in. But I went to the Air Force Academy, got my degree there, and served my country, proudly served my country in the Air Force. I got out as a captain, and I loved the Air Force. I loved serving my country. I loved wearing the uniform. I just love wearing the uniform. I love, you know, standing and saluting the flag during the national anthem. Those kinds of things just means a lot to me. My dad was in retired Navy himself, enlisted man. He wanted me to be an officer, so I became an officer. And it was a great experience. But what I found with the military, while I love the military, I found that it was stifling in the sense that, you know, 20 years from now, I knew that I'd be making X number of dollars per year as a colonel. And I just didn't like the fact that I knew how much I'd be making 20 years from now. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, some people might call that security. Like, oh, you know, if you stay in the military, you can retire and you have the security. And I looked at it as limiting, stifling. I mean, is that all I could make as a colonel 20 years from now? So I decided to get out of the Air Force because I didn't like the way that they promoted people there too, because you had to kind of kiss somebody's butt to get promoted. And I was just not a butt kisser. I mean, you can have your opinions on promotions in the military if you've ever been in the military, but in my opinion, from what I've seen, what I know, okay, so what I know is that you had to have a general officer sign your officer performance report, your OPR, and they had to put the code words in there for the promotion boards. You had to definitely promote ahead of peers. DPAP is what we called it. And if you didn't have a DPAP on your OPRs, okay, man, you didn't have a chance to get promoted below the zone faster than your peers. And you had to be in a situation of who you knew, who you played golf with. You know, it's like, man, I didn't want to play that game. I was just not a butt kisser, man. And so I saw opportunity outside the Air Force. I love my country, but I just did not see myself realizing my full potential within the Air Force. You know, so I exited stage left and got into corporate world as a defense contractor. So I traded my blue suit for a Armani suit. No, not Armani, but so I did that for a while. Now, what I found in the corporate world, that it was the same thing, man. It was the same thing. It was like who you knew and whose butt you could kiss. And again, I was not down for that program of being in the butt kisser program. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, we have other ways of saying it, like brown nose, you know, but, and how I knew how that world worked is that I'd come back from a weekend, Monday morning, I'd be getting my coffee, and I see some of my buddies talking about, you know, how they had fun playing golf with the president and vice president of the company. And I'm thinking in my head, it's like, I did not get that memo, right? I did not get the email that I was supposed to be part of that group playing golf with the president and vice president of the company. And I happened to detect commonality among them. Number one, they're all men. Number two, they're all white. You know, it's no aspersions against my white brothers and sisters out there, but they did not look like me, right? I was not part of the white boy club with the white shirts and the red ties. It was just, I wasn't part of that club. So it's like, man, do I got to put on like skin whitener, right? And bleach my hair, you know, because I was certainly not going to change my eyes, get an cosmetic surgery on my eyes so I could have a round eye instead of a slant eye. So again, I wasn't down with the butt kissing program. It's like, man, I need to find somewhere I get rewarded for what I do, not for kissing someone's butt. And I realized, you know what? I need to get into an entrepreneurial activity where I was my own boss. I could set my own hours. I could make as much money as I wanted to make. No boss was going to write my check. No boss could determine if I had a job or not. Because, you know, that job, I ended up getting laid off 4 days before my birth of my first child. Can you imagine getting laid off because we lost a defense contract? I was one of the higher paid guys there. And then I'm fired up coming in, like it was 5 days before Christmas, right? No, 4 days before Christmas. My first daughter was going to be induced the next day because she was 2 weeks late. And then my boss calls me in and says, hey man, guess what? You're going to get, we lost that contract and we couldn't put you on any other project. So you're going to be furloughed. And it's like, what does furlough mean? Well, it just means you can come in looking for a job. You can use our resources, but we're not going to pay you. I'm going, what? In other words, I was fired. So furlough is just another, you know, euphemism for being fired. And it's like, golly, what did I do wrong? What I did wrong was I trusted myself to be in a system where another man wrote their name on my paycheck. And I said, you know what? This sucks. This like sucks. So I ended up telling my wife that they gave me some extra time off at work. I didn't tell her I got laid off. And because I didn't want to put pressure on her with our first child. So a month later, I ended up finding another job. But I knew right then and there, baby, that I was not meant for the work world, not meant for the kiss butt world, not meant for someone writing my paycheck, not meant for someone who could determine whether or not I could feed my family, someone who could tell me what time to go to work, how late I had to stay, working 6 days or 7 days a week, missing my kids growing up. And I thought that was kind of a stupid program. And I was not down for that broke program. And here's what I also found out, man. Entrepreneurs and people that took responsibility for their income were people that made a ton of money, people that made a lot of money and had control over their lives. It's like, man, I want me some of that. You know what I'm saying? I want me some of that. And it was people that put their own security in their own ability to work, you know? So if I owned it, I would work my butt off for it, right? But if you don't own something, it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like a rental car, right? You rent a car, it's a rental car. You kind of abuse it, right? You don't care about it. But if you own that yourself, you own something, you're going to treat it with the utmost respect. And that's what I decided to do. I said, you know what? I'm going to look for something where I could be my own boss and do my own thing. You know what I mean? So that's what I did. And, you know, so I became a headhunter and I was making 150 grand a year. But again, that lifestyle I was telling you about, I never saw my kids, never saw my family. I was making a lot of money and I was broke too because I was spending a lot of it. So it came to a crossroads. Number one, I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to own my own thing. I wanted to call my own shots, right? And I was prepared and I was praying, Lord, help me now. I'm going to finally listen to you. Answer my prayer. And he did. Andy Albright picked up the phone, called me, said, hey, Bo, I think I got something we can make some money at. I go, I'm wide open, dude. I go, what is it? He said, life insurance. And I said, well, awesome. You know, he could have said tiddlywinks. He said we could be selling vacuums. He could have said anything. I was wide open. He could have said, we're selling Mary Kay. You know what I'm saying? We could have been doing, because I trusted Andy. Because Andy, anything he did, he turned to gold. He was just ultimate entrepreneur and one of those guys that just had this tremendous charisma. And I felt like, man, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try this out. And fortunately, I could do it part-time. And so I did it part-time. And he asked me this, one of the most important questions that anyone's ever asked me. He goes, hey, Bo, do you know other people like you that need to make some money? And I said, brother, I know a bunch of people. All my broke friends who made just about as much money as I did that didn't have a direction either. And so I said, hey, man, Patrick, you open about making money? Hey, Noel, you open about making money? Hey, Dave, you open about making money? He said, yeah, man, show me. And I showed them just what I'm going to show you tonight, just basically on a paper, on a napkin. They said, sign me up, man. I want to make some money. And we all did it part-time. I brought in about like 9 people when I first got in this thing. By month number 2, we submitted over 100,000 in premium. It's crazy. And I just didn't know like where it was going, but all I knew was, hey, this is rocking. And within 8 weeks, I was cash flowing about $2,000, $2,500 a week part-time, right? And then I flushed my job a month later. I said, man, I'm all in. I'm gonna get this done. We're gonna rock this thing, baby. And so $12 million later, here I am, still standing. I've got 200 and, as of September, 208 agents that wrote business in September. We did over 1,000, like 1,300 applications. We did over 700,000 of issue paid premium. And what's cool about that is I override all that mess. I make a percentage of all that volume. It's kind of cool. Like I said, all I want to do is make 100 grand, just want to place my income, and I want to spend time with my family. That's all I wanted to do. And, you know, here I am. A few years later, here I am. It's just insane what we've been able to do with this. And again, thank God in heaven. Thank Andy Albright and Jane Albright for mentoring me and helping me in this thing. And so I'm going to share with you this awesome business that I love. And I don't know what kind of where y'all are at. You're probably looking at other things, maybe someone that you know had joined us and they reached out to you. Maybe you're Facebook, maybe you had responded to a ZipRecruiter ad, whatever the case may be. Man, I'm going to show you, in essence, a better business than when I got in. And I'm going to do something a little different tonight, too, that I don't normally do. Because I really, you know, sometimes these meetings get boring, right? I can show you a PowerPoint, and then you get all bored with the PowerPoint. You get those glazed eyes like, oh my God, a PowerPoint. So, you know, I'm going to just get real and just kind of show you what's up, right? I'm going to show what's up with this thing. I'm going to show you how to make some money. I'm going to show you the plan, the opportunity, and then I'm going to show you how to basically how to do what I did, how to get out the gate quick. I don't think anyone's ever done one of these. We do these every night, you know, and these meetings every night. But I don't think anyone's ever showed people that have come to this how to get started quick where you're making some serious money. And I'm going to share that with you because I figured, well, heck, I'm here, you're here. Why don't we just kind of go further to show you like the real deal, all right? So hopefully you're not offended by my lack of decorum and my lack of formality. I don't even have a suit on. You know, half these type of presentations are done with a guy in a suit, you know, with this pointer pointing at all these numbers and looking, you know, like unrelatable. And look, I'm not that sharp, you know. I got an education, but an education made me broke, okay? Got a master's of economics, and that made me broke, right? I got my education with Andy Albright in this business through the Alliance. This is where I got my real education. And this is where I learned how to make millions in the business. Like I said, just over 12 million so far. And I'm like a normal person. Like any of y'all could do what I did. Andrew, dude, seriously, you can do what I've done. Who else have we got on here? We've got some other people on here. Carisha, Henry, Kelly, Kevin, Ms. Jackson. Reminds me of a song. I won't say it because I'm sure you've heard it. But man, all y'all could do what I did. I mean, really, here's what made me different, I think, than other people, is I wanted to get out of my job so bad. Like, it was a burning desire to be with my children and my wife. It was not even the money as much as just want to flush my stupid job. And I just had that burning desire that I worked my butt off. And in 8 weeks, I was making $2,000 to $2,500 a week. And then a month later, I flushed my job. And then my income just doubled and doubled and doubled. But is because I had a sincere desire to change my life. And man, if y'all are like coming to this with that same sincere burn, I'm going to show you how you can leverage that into making a lot of money in this thing and flushing whatever you're currently doing, right? And create a fantastic life for yourself in the insurance business. God only knows, man. When I got my master's degree, when I graduated from the Air Force Academy, no one would have told me that I would have made millions in the life insurance business. And I'm about as surprised as you, because I'm nothing special, right? I'm this fat Filipino dude, right, that wears these shaded glasses. Man, I ain't no big thing, right? I'm not like Adonis, you know. I don't look like much, you know. Now I can play guitar, like I can rock the guitar, right? I play in a praise and worship band. I can rock the guitar, but you know, I'm nothing special. So y'all can do way better than I did. Okay, so let's kind of give you a preview. So what does the Alliance do? I'll just give you a quick and dirty on the Alliance. Basically what we do, gang, is we partner with these insurance companies and they rely on us to move their product. And we move their product through a lead program. We got multiple lead programs. Like, how many of y'all been at something where, like in insurance, so like some of y'all that are insurance agents, you know, turn over 200 of your family and friends so we can teach you how to sell life insurance, right? And then you got to hit up your family and friends for sales. Like, how uncomfortable is that? Why I got in this thing, gang, is because there was a lead program. In fact, when we got started, it was these pink card leads. These pink card leads, man. In fact, since I have power to share, this is, I love when it does that. Check that out. Mortgage protection. Is that cool? People actually put, these are like original, you know, people put their names on this. They want someone to call them up, right? So we still do direct mail, but we also expanded into Facebook leads, social media leads. We've got leads everywhere. We got leads in your radius of your zip code. We have leads in your state. We do telesales, we do in-home sales, we do it all. We're powered with all these great carriers like Mutual of Omaha, AIG, Transamerica, Foresters, Columbian Financial Group, Great Western, AIG. And these companies will let us sell over the phone, right? Over the internet, Zoom calls, in the home sales, right? We could do it all. We perfected all of it. Over the last 20 years, we've been doing in-home sales. Since COVID, since March, we perfected the in-home, the over-the-phone process too. So we've become really good at that as well, okay? And then we've got some kick butt training. We've got professional video training. We have live multiple training meetings every week on Zoom. And then some of the places around the country are opening up live training meetings, right? You got to have your mask on and everything, but we're starting to open back up into live training meetings too, right? And then hopefully you have, you know, you're plugged into an upline that will be there when you call. And I'm sure you all have great upline managers that will be there when you call them up. In fact, I've been on today all day on the phone with agents trying to recommending product, agents wanting to learn how to do electronic applications. I mean, a variety of things. I have this Spanish group that's being served by one of our Spanish managers that's been very kind to provide the training because no hablo español, or hablo español poquito, like poquito, like, you know what I'm saying? We've got tremendous support. We've got Andy Albright does these great calls. Like tomorrow, we're doing this activity call. You should ask your manager to get on that activity call. It's going to rock. You're going to see a bunch of people killing it in this thing, sharing everything that they're doing, right? So we've got leads, we've got carriers that want to spend money. They want to give us money to go out there and help families. We've got a sales system that'll teach you the one appointment close, okay? I mean, how cool is that, right? We got a CRM program that once you acquire a client, it immediately gets uploaded into a CRM where you can put them on a regular email and text messaging blast over the course of a year automatically. And then the CRM will remind you that you have a possibility to convert a term into a permanent policy, another income opportunity to serve a client. When a client hits 64 and a half, so you have Medicare options to help them out, time to do an annual review. So the whole CRM system will help you stay in touch with your client and then continue to serve your client over and over again with other things that will maximize their life. So we go beyond life insurance too, life insurance, annuities, Medicare supplement, Medicare Advantage. We have a debt elimination program, right? We have hospital indemnity products. We have long-term care, disability products. We've got products for like solo 401k for the individual business owners. We've got it all, gang. Now, when we get you started, we're not going to dump all this on you. Trust me. We have a game plan to get you started in a very simple manner, the way I got started, so you can learn the basics. And then from the basics, we're going to build upon your knowledge and skill where you're going to start doing more and more and greater things that you can serve your clients, right? And then look, if your family and friends say, hey, Andrew, I heard you're in life insurance. Can you run me a quote? Isn't that the best way to sell to your family and friends, is they find out you're in the business? Because one thing, man, I wanted to do, I didn't want people to stop inviting me to barbecues and birthday parties because I was going to sell people life insurance. I did not want that reputation, right? So we've got some tremendous things going on in the Alliance as far as training and support. Now, how do we compare to all those other companies out there? I don't know. I've been doing this my whole career. I'm not one of those opportunity hoppers, right? Like a lot of these general agents out there. Here's one thing that I think: we got a great culture, people that care about you, people that will care about everything that you're going through because they've been through it too. They know what you're dealing with. We've seen a lot. I never say we've seen it all, but we've seen a lot. And we can totally relate to where you're coming from. And then we've got people that we can get you in front of. So the whole mentoring system isn't just the person that brought you in the business or their manager, it's the entire system. We'll get you in touch with agents that if you've seen on conference calls, it's like, hey, Alex, man, can I get in touch with that person? There's something about them that I really like. And I go like, amen, brother. Amen, sister. Let's get you their number. I pretty much know how to get in touch with everyone, and I'll get them hooked up. And guess what? They don't have to be in my group. They can be a totally different organization, but they're going to be happy to talk to my people, as I am happy to talk to other people, because I get those requests myself. I'm on the phone helping people outside my organization. What kind of culture are you going to find that where you got managers that don't override you, that will help you, right? And I think that is something very special out there that doesn't exist in a lot of places, but it exists here in the Alliance, right? So anyway, that's kind of the overview. You're going to learn a lot more, but let's talk about numbers, man. So I'm going to share this part of the PowerPoint. So this is the only PowerPoint section I'm going to go into, and I promise it's not going to be long, and then we'll get to the good stuff, like how can we help you make a ton of money with us? All right, so I'm going to kind of fast forward through that. All right, there's my family. My lovely children, my wife, Jenny, and they range from Izzy on the far left, she's 17, oh my gosh, to my oldest daughter here, Zoe. I guess I know her name, Zoe, and she's an actress in New York City, and everyone in between. My son Athan here in the middle, he's going to into the Air Force as a pilot. He graduates from University of Cincinnati ROTC. My son Nick on the far right is a freshman in engineering at ROTC. And then my daughter Maddie here, second from the left, is art school. Like, what parent sends their kid to art school, right? But we do because we can afford it. Thank the Lord, amen. Is that cool? You can send your kids to a school because they want to go there and you can afford to send them. I think the tuition's like 50 grand a year, you know, but it's like, man, I don't blink an eye. I got in this thing from my family. So anyway, and then of course, my lovely wife, Jenny, in the middle. We went through breast cancer last year, and it's through the grace of God that she survived and is thriving. And through the support of the Alliance and Andy and Jane Albright, I'm grateful for everything they did with us going through that. Our business grew through that whole ordeal. 6 rounds of chemo, double mastectomy, breast reconstruction, the whole 9. And I was able to be with her on every chemo appointment, man. I was there to help her. I was there. Remember the job thing I said I want to get out of? I got out of the job thing so I could be with my wife when she was going through cancer. I didn't know it at the time, but thank the Lord. And the whole Lyons family supported us like crazy. You have no idea. It was like awesome. So that's why I'm proud of this culture, gang, of a family that will support you and help you through the roughest times in your life. That goes beyond life insurance, man. It goes beyond making money in life insurance. So anyway, so just proud to show you my family. Yeah, what are you looking for? I hope you know. I'm gonna fast forward to. Let's show you the money. Okay, let's show you the money, and then let's show you how you can start out the gate quick. All right. So this is one of our promotion systems based on production. So this is production requirement. You do this 2 months in a row, for example, you can get to the 80% commission rate. If you do 20,000 2 months in a row, 20,000 issue paid premium, which, you know, that's helping like 20 families basically, like 5 families a week. Like that ain't no big thing. You know what I'm saying? You can do that on a part-time basis, absolutely. And then you can see the production requirements all the way up to 70,000. You get 120%, which we have a few agents that did that recently, excuse me, and so on. So let's show you a income scenario of a part-time agent, okay? So here's my buddy Juan, who's a part-time agent, does this on the side, and we've taught him just enough so that he can do 2 sales a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 2 sales a week, 2 sales a day. You know, that's just sitting down with 4 people, talking to 4 people, doing a presentation, and then closing half, right? So 2 life applications a day for 5 days. He's at the 85% commission rate because that'll average about 25,000 a month. Does it 2 months in a row, and he's at the silver promotion level. And so this is the income. He'll make $29.75 a week. Now, by the way, just so you know, remember the master's in economics nerd. I'm a quantitative guy, right? So I'm a numbers nerd, extremely a numbers nerd. And so what I've done here is I've taken all the fluff out of it. So this is after people have lapsed their policies, okay? These are people that keep their policies over time. So this isn't a fake number. This is a very realistic number, getting rid of all that. And then the average commissions, because there's different commissions per product, and I've consolidated and made a composite number that is highly accurate. So it takes away all the crap and all the fluff. So if you do 2 life applications a day based on the averages for 5 days in a row, Monday through Friday, you're gonna get to the 85% commission rate pretty quick, and you'll be making almost $3 grand a week. Okay, part-time, right? This is a part-time scenario. You work 48 weeks, you're looking at $142,800 on a part-time basis, okay? But wait, there's more. There are renewals. So what I did with the renewals is I wanted to make the renewals, again, realistic. So all our permanent policies have renewals for the life of the policy. Our term, simplified issue term, has it for, like, doesn't have renewals, and then our fully underwritten term has 10 years worth of renewals. So I took the mix of all the different products we write on average and then cut off the renewals at 20 years because, you know, not everyone keeps their policy 20 years, but I made it conservative enough to come up with a really good number that I'm confident in. So when you're writing business, 2 apps a week part-time, 2 apps a day part-time for 5 days in a row, you're putting in 944 weeks over the next 20 years. Like I said, it's going to be lifetime, but you know, I just, again, trying to make it conservative, right? So you do that every week for 48 weeks and you take 4 weeks off for good behavior, you're going to make another 50 grand of value of renewals over the next X number of years, right? So your total comp program is like almost just under 200,000. Is that cool? Totally part-time, 2 apps a day. You can meet people in their homes. You can sell over the phone. You can do whatever you want to do. This is what you're going to make, right? All right, so let's move on. So this shows you what you can do if you decide to build a small team. So this is a team building aspect of what we do. Now look, please do not get into the mode of going, oh, it's a multi-level marketing scheme. Man, this ain't no multi-level, right? Because you can only eat and poop so many life insurance policies yourself, right? I mean, that's multi-level. You eat and poop vitamins, you eat and poop makeup. You know what I'm saying? You eat and poop juice. That's multi-level. You go get other people to go eat and poop their own juice and their own vitamins, right? Eat and poop soap, whatever. You can't do that with life insurance. We don't market life insurance by hiring people. We market life insurance through our lead program. So please spare me that this is a multi-level thing, because it ain't no multi-level, baby. It's a multi-level pay system like all life insurance since the dawn of time. You got a general agent that makes an override off the agents that are in their business. Like I said, I override 708,000 of issue paid last month. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a multi-level, please. We market through our lead program, okay? The other thing about this not being multi-level is we could give a squat if you ever hired a person. If you want to sell the rest of your life, God bless you, right? We're going to support you, help you, and we're going to do whatever we need to do to help you sell and be a salesperson the rest of your life, okay? So look, this is not waiting this presentation that we just want people to build a business or we just want people to sell. You choose your own adventure. But let me tell you where I was coming from. I did not see myself selling life insurance till I was 80 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if you want to, God bless you, but that was not for me. What I saw in this opportunity was ability to help other people make money selling life insurance by teaching them what I did to sell life insurance and help them grow and help them blossom. And man, I could make a little bit and they made a lot. See, that's the concept. I'd make a little bit, they'd make a lot. It's very cool, okay? And so that's what I saw. I saw myself getting out of the field, selling life insurance down the road. And it happened pretty quick for me because my business just blew up like crazy. You know what I'm saying? So this is an opportunity to build a small team. So I'm going to talk about that. But again, like, please, like I have a gal, Megan Wood. She did 80,000 last month in issue paid premium, did some insane number, like 160 applications, right? And she's a mother, a single mother. She used to be a waitress. Oh, sorry, politically incorrect. She used to be a server at Applebee's for 13 years. Barely made 40 grand, 30 grand. And now two and a half years ago, now she's our #1 agent in the country and she's kicking butt. So these are all, this is kind of the promotion guideline for that. So let me show you how that works. And then here's the cool thing. We have this thing called a glow bonus. So if someone hits your commission rate level, right, this is way different than what other companies will do. Like if you're at 85% and someone works their way up to 85%, you lose your override on them, right? Because when they're at 80, you made a 5% override because you're at 85. Well, the way we work in our business is when they hit 85 and you're at 85, you get an 8%. So your income goes up when you have someone match your contract level. And here's what's cool. Let's say they pass you and they go to 90, 95, 100, 120, and you're still at 85, you're still going to make that 8% on that organization. Is that cool? So all those other IMOs out there, they got this deal where you lose your override, you lose your override. Sorry, the person outworked you. Sorry. Here, we still reward you. And then if that person breaks someone down at 85, breaks someone out, you get 5% on them. And if that person breaks someone out, you get 4%, 2, 2, 1, 1. It goes down 7 generations, right? And they all could have passed you. That's huge, man. And all these other IMOs out there don't have something like this. Actually, what a lot of those IMOs out there have is if they like you, they're going to give you a little bit of bonus because they like you. Like if someone met your contract level, then it's a discretionary bonus that the upline can decide to give you if they like you. Man, I didn't want to be in that kiss butt system because that's a kiss butt system, man. You can work your butt off, but if that upline didn't like you, right, he could withhold bonuses from you, or he'd give someone more and give you less. It's like, there you go, kiss butt system again. I want to be in that. This is objective. This is, you get paid for what you do, baby. You don't get paid for kissing anybody's butt, right? And that's the system I wanted to be in. Thank God. All right, so let's show you Juan here again. So Juan, we're going to show you how he got to the 105 commission rate. And what he did was he found Stella and got her, and she's doing 85%. She's doing part-time. She's doing 2 applications a day, 5 days in a row on a part-time basis. And she's making the same money that Juan made when he was at her level. Then he finds Mario, and Mario's at 85%, okay? I know you're saying, Alex, where are the white people? Where are the white people, Alex? Trust me, just keep hanging with me, all you white people, because there are white people in this presentation, I promise. So because he found 2 people to do what he did on a part-time basis, and then he amped up his game, now he's doing 25,000, he's selling 1 extra policy a week, basically, he gets promoted to the 105% commission rate level. Now this is how his money works beyond writing business at 105. Not only does he make an override income of the difference between 105 and 85, which is 20% on Stella and Mario, but he also makes that 8% glow bonus. So his total override's 28% on what they do. So let's show you what Juans Income looks like. So now part-time, doing 2 sales a day, maybe 1 extra one because he's doing 25,000. So maybe he's doing 11 applications a week. He's making $36.75 a week, but then all that override and glow bonus on Stella, he's making $9.80 a week, and on Mario, it's $9.80 a week. Is that cool? Works 48 weeks. His total income is $274.80. And then here are the renewals. On his own business, $12.91 per week, $12.91.50. I know, sorry, the nerd in me. The override glow. See, here's the thing that we also have in our IMO that the other ones don't. You get to override your agent's renewals. All those companies out there don't let you do that, but we let you override your agent's renewals. Is that cool? To me, that rocks. So on Mario, $344.40 a week. So now your overrides are a total of $95,054. That's pretty cool. So your total comp is, right under 400 grand. And you're still part-time, and you found 2 part-timers. So there's ways to move up. I'm going to kind of speed through here. So we're going to show you how Juan got to 120. He found Stella. He found Mario. There she is, a white female. Okay. So I know you're kind of holding out for, can any white people do this? Absolutely, white people can do this. We got Martha. Martha is doing this. She's at 85 and she's older. She hasn't got to be a young person. She's older. Then we got Zeus. The Greek god joined us, came down from Mount Olympus and became a part-time producer. And so two other people, 4 total people doing it part-time, he gets to the 120. And so this is his income. Now he's making it to 120, $5,000 a week, right? And now he's doing 30,000. Okay, so maybe he's full-time now. I don't care, whatever. He's working on the weekends, maybe working Saturday mornings. His override on Stella is $1,505. His override on Zeus every week is $1,505. $1,505 on Mario, $1,505 on Martha, because now he's at the 120, 48 weeks, $538.80 per year. His renewals kick in. 172, 396. Okay, let's keep going with this, man. What else can he do? Well, let's see what else. He finds some other people. By the way, we're going to help you find people. Okay, we got a Facebook recruiting program. We have ZipRecruit. We've got multiple different ways of sourcing candidates. So once you go beyond your warm market of finding people that are interested in selling life insurance with us, we got a system to help you build your business. And it is as systematic as it is on the selling side. And so Juan finds Urkel here on the right, and he finds Smiley Girl, another white female. Man, I forgot to get the white male in there, so I apologize. He's at 130% commission rate now. Now his spread is 45% plus 8% close. That's what, 53%? Because everyone just want to be part-time. They don't want to move up. Again, it doesn't got to be a multi-level. These people just are happy making $145,000 a year just doing it part-time, right? They're just no more ambitious than Juan is. But look what Juan's able to do by finding some part-timers. So his first year income is $964,800, and the renewals kick in. So in other words, insane money. But like I said, realistic. Like if you do the work, you're going to get paid. Do you see how powerful the glow bonus is? Like if Stella want to build a group, that glow bonus goes up because you'll make 5% on anybody that she broke away at the 85% level. So anyway, I'm going to exit out of this. And so let's finish up with this. Golly, man, time flies by. Look, people are killing it with us. We bring on a bunch of people right now because COVID has made our business blow up. People are wanting life insurance, okay? So I'm gonna finish up sharing with you what you gotta do. If you wanna get started like I got started, man, I'm gonna lay it out for you, straight up. You do this, life's gonna be good. So I'm gonna do the boring whiteboard thing, okay? So if you wanna, number one, you got to know why you're doing this. You got to know why. Why would you want to put yourself out? Why would you want to put yourself into this business? Man, when I got in this thing, I was willing to do everything it took. I was in the maximum mentality. I was not in what little I can do to see what would work. Let me see if I do a little bit more and then let's see what would happen. Man, I was going to do everything I could do to get flush my job. I was going to do everything I could do. I was working, so I was calling and booking appointments at lunch. Then I get off work and I go run appointments, and I call some more appointments and run appointments. On the weekends I was working because I knew that if I put everything into it temporarily, then I would be with my family down the road. Does that make sense, man? I was willing to get out of balance, you know, because here's the thing. If you want to know where you're going to be in 10 years, look at the people you hang out with that have been at your job 10 years longer than you. Like, you go to your job and you see people have been there 10 years longer than you. My question for you is, do you want their lifestyle? Because if you hate that lifestyle that they're living, man, that's going to be you if you still do what you're doing, right? The thing that fueled me, that blew my business up, is because I knew why I was doing this, man. And I was willing to put 100% of my effort in. Elbow grease, baby. okay? You got to know why you're doing it. Number two, you got to be willing to listen. See, the part about this, right, where I don't make a dime unless you make a dollar, you know that part? If I ever said anything to you that would slow you down, anything that would just mess you up, I would be taking food out of my kid's mouth, man. I would be hurting my own family. I don't hurt my family. Any recommendation I give to you is only for your good, so that you can achieve your financial dreams and goals sooner than later. Does that make sense? So if I say, you know what, you need to be on that activity call tomorrow with Andy Albright, you probably ought to be on that call tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time, and get that from your upline so you can plug in, right? If I make a recommendation, hey, you know, let's talk to some people that you know, see if they want to get in this thing. Great. If I say, hey, let's get some leads and let's get you out in the field. Hey, let's learn how to do this software to run quotes, right? Be a good listener, because I knew the people that were helping me, Andy Albright, could not make a dime if I didn't make a dollar. I knew everything he suggested was going to help me and not hurt me. So be a good listener. Number three, you got to work, man. If you don't work, you don't eat. If you don't work, you don't eat. Work ethic, consistent effort over time. You cannot get into the yo-yo work efforts, like yo-yo dieting, right? Yo-yo-yo, right? Yo-yo dieting. Man, don't be a yo-yo worker. Be consistent and persistent and persevere through the learning curve, because it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be, you know, daisies and, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be, you're going to run into things. There are things going to happen to you that make you question, am I really cut out for this? Because I had that too, man. I had that too. I went for a week where I got no-showed after no-showed after no-showed. I'm thinking, man, Lord, I thought you got me in this thing for a reason. And I thought, you know what? I need to learn from this. I need to learn how to tie down my appointments better. You know what I'm saying? Like every adversity, there's a seed of equal or greater benefit if you're willing to learn from that adversity. And every time you have that mindset, baby, you're going to get better and better. You're gonna make this thing work for you. But you gotta be mentally ready for the work ethic. If you're full-time, we're talking about booking 40 appointments a week, right? If you're part-time, then it's 20 appointments a week, all right? That's kind of like, I want to put that in your head now. And then when you hear it again and again and again, it's not going to be a new thing to you. That's the objective. You got to be willing to work and put the sweat equity in, right? The next thing is, man, you need to hang around people that are making more money than you. You've got to change your association, because you're a product of the people you hang out with, man. And if it means that you have to spend less time with your broke buddies and your broke girlfriends that are putting crap in your head, then you got to do that. And you got to hang around people making a lot of money that are doing things right and that are on track. And you got to get around them and learn their thought process on how to be wealthy. See, the reason why my wealth increased, because I hung around Andy Albright, because his wealth was increasing. And he hung around people wealthier than him. So I got wealthy because I hung around him, and he was getting wealthy because he hung around people making way more money than him. Do you see how that works? So when I increase my association with people that are where in life I want to be, then man, it will change your life. So you got to be willing to do the association things, like all our Zoom calls that we have. We have live meetings that we've done around the country, right? Getting every opportunity to listen and hear things that will blow you away, things that will change your mindset. Because the reason why you're not making the money that you want to make is because you haven't changed how you think. When you change how you think, it'll happen. You got to change how you think about money. You got to change how you think about yourself, because I promise you, the way you think about yourself right now is holding you back to become the great thing that God meant for you to be. You know what I'm saying? So change that association. And you got to be willing to change. You got to be willing to not be satisfied with where you are now in your life, and that you got to be open. And change isn't easy. Change hurts. Change makes you wonder, whoa, I'm like in uncharted waters here. We all been through it. Here's what's beautiful about it, is that those uncharted waters have been charted by others in your upline that will guide you and help you. And you just have to trust and have faith that they're going to lead you the right way. And the moment that you feel lost and alone, that's when you got to call your upline manager, someone who's willing to listen to you, willing to take your calls. You got to call up right away and communicate with them, right? This is how I did it, man. I knew I wanted to do this. I was willing to listen. I was willing to work my fanny off because I wanted this so bad. I was willing to hang around people that were doing way better than me in life. People who were better parents to their children. People that were more spiritual, that had a better relationship with God than I did. I wanted to be better in all those areas in my spiritual life, in my ability to create meaningful relationships, and then my relationships with my wife and my children. And then I was open to change what I was doing, who I hung out with, and changing myself, right? So these are the things from a mindset. So if you want to get started, here's what I'd recommend. See, the only reason why I got in this thing, because Andy thought about me. He thought about me as someone who thought might be able to work with us, and he thought he could help me out. And had he not called me, I don't know what I would have been doing. I could still be in some cubicle farm wondering, Lord, help me. But no, he was kind enough to give me a call. So who do you know? Who do you know? If you want to make money sooner than later, like I did, right? Look, I didn't have credibility. The credibility I had were the people that had already been in the insurance business that are making a ton of money. It doesn't have to be about your credibility. It's about how our business works. Because you're sitting here evaluating this as an opportunity. Did your friends give you permission to come tonight? Did you poll all your friends on the phone and say, hey, Joe, is it okay if I go to this meeting tonight with the Alliance and watch them? Hey, Mary, is it okay if I... No, man, you made your own independent decision because you're in a place where you wanted to find something different. You know, your friends are the same way. Give them the choice to say yes or no. So put a list together, right? And then get like I'd say your top 50 people you think are sharp, right? And you don't know who's looking. Andy did not know I was on my knees praying 2 weeks prior. He didn't know what was going on in my life, but he made the call. He said, man, I wonder if Alex can do this thing. I wonder if he needs this. And you don't know if your friends are on their knees praying, Lord, help me. And you could literally be the answer to their prayers. You know what I'm saying? So put a list together, right? And then give it to your upline who's working with you, and you're going to get free support. You're going to get your upline's time, and he's going to help you bring some people on. And you don't have to be in class. You get them in class, you're in class, everyone. That's what we did. Like my 9 agents, I was like them. I didn't have to know anything because I always had my upline to teach them. I was learning it like them. You don't got to wait. You don't got to wait, right? And then here's the best question you can ever ask your upline. What do I need to do next? That's music to my ears, because what that tells me is I got someone who's willing to listen, willing to work, willing to associate, willing to change. Because when you ask this question, what do I need to do next? It's not what are the 10 things I need to do next. It's what do I need to do next? Get on the list, listen to them, make phone calls to your people so you can learn how to do it yourself. And then what do I need to do next? And I promise you, you will blow this thing up. Learn how to sell by getting on all our webinars, our Zoom calls, okay? Like I said, we got a Zoom call tomorrow called the Activity Call. Here's what you need to do next. Put a list together, get it to your upline. And this is the next meeting you need to go to, is tomorrow. Find out from your upline, hey, Alex talked about this thing called activity call. He says I should be on it. So there you go, man. I gave you the extra. I've never showed this part to anybody. So hopefully it'll help you. So I'm done, man. I'm sorry for keeping you over. I got a little bit excited, a little too excited, but I hope this made sense for y'all, and I'm here for you. So look, we are all here for you. I don't care what group you're in. I will help you. Call me. God bless, man. God loves you. Jesus loves you. Your mom and dad love you. And we will love you too. So rock on. See you guys later.